Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you've not been here before, my name is Tracy Mayhew and I write contemporary romances and YA fantasy fiction. So Camp NaNo is over and I have made some progress on my series Bible, which was what my Camp NaNo aim was. If you've not seen that video, I posted a video at the beginning of July about that and I will link that up in the cards somewhere. But the series Bible is now as complete as I can make it at this time. There are still some bits that I need to add, as you will see when I take you on that little tour that I've been promising for the last couple of weeks. There are still some things I need to add, but on the whole, I am extremely pleased with what I've got. So, without further ado, let's jump over to my series Bible and I can just show you around. Okay, so as you can see, I'm in my Life OS, which is my life operating system for my second brain. It's where all my quick links are to my Kanban board and stuff like that, my series Bibles. And I go into this page in a little bit more depth in my second brain video. So if you've not seen that, I will link that video at the end of this one. But for now, for today, I'm just taking you to this section here, which is where my series Bibles are. We're interested in this one today. Last time in that second brain video, I showed you this. It was just a bog standard link, but I've made it into a button now, which I'm quite proud of. So let's click that and we go straight to the Viking Saga series Bible. So this header image here I just made in Canva. I found out the dimensions of this space, created a custom image in Canva, got a stock image of some northern lights, and then created the header over the top there. I also did the same here with this image, got the dimensions, found a stock image that I liked, and stuck that there. If you're interested in creating a series Bible, a good video that I would recommend is Brittany Wang's video about creating a series Bible in Notion. I will leave a link to that video underneath this one in the description box, so if you want to check that out, I highly recommend it. So the first thing you will see in my series Bible are kind of like an overview of my 3 stories. This one here is obviously a chapter overview of book 1, so it goes through all the different chapters, just like a little paragraph as to what happened in each chapter. That took some time to create, I can tell you, but now that I've done it, I'm very pleased that I've done it. Book 2, I'm not going to take you in there because there's some major spoilers in there, but that's basically a link I've created to my Google Doc of my synopsis. And book 3, I've got some notes going on in there and some front camera cover images. Again, I mean, even the title was top secret, so I'm not going to show you any of that in there because I don't want to give away anything. But this is where the good stuff starts happening. So these are my character profiles, and these are just like gallery databases I created. And then I created templates within these databases. So you can tag characters so that they show up on the correct database. So obviously I've got humans, deities, villains and creatures, and some of those will cross over onto 1 or 2 databases, as you will see in a little while. But basically I got an image of the character. So this is Ulfa, this is Freydis's younger brother. So I just got these images from Pinterest, and I just put them in here. And then we've got age, eye colour. It's just like a little bio for the character. You can create a template to do that, so it takes off the repetitiveness of creating that bio every single time. I'll show you how to do that in a little while. So these are my human characters. Some have been filled out, some have not been filled out yet. As I said in my intro, I still have to fill out some, so I think I have to fill out Harold, Jarl Erik and Ragnar, because they didn't really feature as like individual characters in books 1 and 2. They will be becoming more central in book 3, so I will need to do that for them. Then we've got the deities, so the gods. We've got Odin, Freya, etc. And again, these all have their own bio as well with a template. This one hasn't been filled in, so I've got to do him as well. I do have his written down. It's just a matter of getting it put in, really, getting the information put in. Then we have our villains, and this is what I was talking about. Some of them, like Loki, Golvig and Hel, they have also appeared in the deities database. I'm not going to click on those because they are like major spoiler characters, so I'm not going to show you those, I'm afraid. And then we've got Fenrir and Jormungandr as well for creatures. They also feature in the villains as well, because they are villains. So this is just a matter of creating, first of all I created the human database, and then I copied that. I tagged all these guys with the word human, and then I copied this database for deities, villains and creatures, but then according to different tags I filtered them. So with my deities I tagged them as deities and then filtered that database to only show the deities. Same with the villains, same with the creatures. Underneath this we have, oh actually before I go on, I'll show you how I would create a new database. I don't unfortunately have a picture for this character, but I can show you how to create a new character profile. So you just click on new and then you type in the character's name, so Leaf Halfdan, and then here I've created this database here called character name, and I literally just click on that, wait a few seconds, and then the database pops up. Now if I did have an image, I would add the image here and it would appear here, but because I haven't got an image, it just shows up what's written on the page itself. So I will be adding his picture too. And then we've got locations in the 9 worlds. So we've got Asgard, Vanaheim. I'm not going to read them all, but basically all I've done for each of those is put in the picture. Again, pictures came from Pinterest, and then I just wrote a little note about what this place is, who lives there potentially, and then you can also link different names. So for example, Vanaheim is the home of the Vanir gods and goddesses in are Freya, Njord and Frey, and you can link it to the different characters. You can just come back to the front page as well, so it's quite easy to navigate Notion. And then I've got other locations here which are Sandefjord. I haven't done this obviously, so as you can see it is still a work in progress, but for the sake of NaNo I have achieved all that I wanted to achieve. I've basically gone through books 1 and 2 and added most of all that I could in the month of July, so I'm quite pleased. It was a success. Camp NaNo was a success, so I'm pleased to say that. So I hope you've enjoyed having a little look at my series Bible. Obviously I hope you can understand that I can't take you into every character or every book or anything like that, because obviously there are spoilers and this is still a series that is a work in progress, so I hope you understand that. So I hope you enjoyed taking a little tour around my series Bible. As you can see, it's still very much a work in progress, but it is a work in progress that is as close to finished as I can make it at this point, considering I've written only written two books of the series. There's still a little bit of work on the characters that are going to appear in book 3, but I have a good idea about that and what to add and all that stuff. So I don't think that will take me very long, and I'm going to treat that as some of my research. Hopefully it'll be a really good resource for when I come to start book 3. Now, speaking of book 3, there's still a lot to do, in so much as it's like the only analogy I can think of is having a puzzle, like a 1,000-piece puzzle, and someone's just chucked the box on the floor and you've got to sort through all the pieces. And that's kind of how I feel with book 3 at the moment, because I've got 2 notebooks across which I've written loads and loads of notes about characters, about ideas for book 3 and things like that, and what's going to happen. And now it's just, I'm at the point where I need to kind of sit down and start sorting through all of those ideas and start piecing them together to form some sort of coherent story for you to enjoy and for me to enjoy. But yeah, so that work will begin this week, and probably by the time you've seen that video I will have already started. Hopefully I would have already started, so wish me luck, send me good thoughts and good vibes please, because I'm going to need them. It does kind of feel like a bit of a monumental task at the moment, but at the moment I'm feeling like I'm ready for it as well, because I'm ready to start book 3, I'm ready to complete this series, but I want to do this book as much justice as I can. So yeah, wish me luck. The work starts this week. So I hope you enjoyed this week's video. I will be back next week with the first video in a how to write series kind of thing. I've not really thought of a name for the series yet, but that's another thing on my to-do list this week. But it's going to start walking you through the steps of starting a book, how to start, what to do when you get stuck, stuff like that. And it will lead us right up to NaNo, so that will lead us right through to November, so that would be good. It'll be something to look forward to, hopefully. So if you are interested in that, make sure you've subscribed to the channel, make sure you've liked, share this video if you feel like this is something that might interest someone else. And I will see you next week with a brand new video. Don't forget, all those links I mentioned in those videos, in this video, will be down below. So if you do want to check out Brittany Wang's How to Build a Series Bible in Notion video, that will be down below as well. I highly, highly, highly recommend that one. So until next week, I will see you later and have a great week.